Hey guys, welcome back to Shibuya to 428 Shibuya Scramble. I almost just said Shibuya Scramble. I forgot the 428. What was I about to say? Shibuya Precinct again. It's CGA Gamer Girls. I'm not. So, last episode. Jeez. Someone named Kanan ended up showing up, and he told me knows who she is. There's a listening device on Tanaka, and Tama was Maria the whole damn time. So yeah, a lot happened. Those are the important parts the really important parts that happened. Everything else was kind of mild in comparison. The traffic had finally diminished, and they rapidly drew close to their destination. The syndicate's hangout was in Tomagaya, to the southwest of Yoyogi Park. The ratty building looked like it might come crashing down at any minute. The black lodge sign out front looked deliberately ominous. Kano knew the place as a bar frequented by expats from various countries, as well as a hotbed of criminal activity. I'll take point, Stanley said. You back me up. He pulled a handgun from his suit pocket. It was a compact Glock, a model frequently used by the FBI or CIA. Kano drew his own gun, and the two cautiously made their way inside. At the end of the hallway was a wooden door. Stanley signaled with his eyes. Kano gave a tiny nod, and Stanley kicked the door in. The stench of blood hit them as soon as they stepped inside. Kano let out a startled gasp. There were nearly a dozen bodies spread out across the floor. He recognized them all. They were all men who had participated in the repeated attaché case handoffs. Each appeared to have been stabbed to death. Stanley took a closer look. The blood's not fully dry. These guys weren't killed that long ago. Kano quickly scanned the bar high and low, but there was no sign of a killer in hiding. There was no trace of Maria either. One of the falling men let out a faint, strained groan. Hey! Kano called out. Stay with us! He hunched down beside the wounded man. Ugh. A brief gurgle rose from the man's throat. He was clearly struggling to say something, but his voice was too garbled, too indistinct for Kano to make out any coherent words. Kanan. I had a feeling this was her handiwork. What was that? But there was no more. The dying man went limp and still. On to the next time block. Maria just looks. The actress that could have just been like the actress herself going, "Oh, finally, I got this damn thing off." At least that's what it looks like. Alright, I'm gonna start with Maria. The sales clerk continued to stare at me, which means I think I need to change her voice because it's Hitomi's sister. They're like twins. You know, you look really familiar, he says. Huh? Really? I perk up at that. Maybe I can find out something about who I am. Yeah, you totally look like some pop singer or TV personality. I just can't remember who. Oh, that's what you meant. My shoulders slump in disappointment. Look, if you're trying to flatter me, how about a discount on the necklace? Sure, okay. I mean, it's just something I picked up off the side of the road. The sales clerk stammers for a moment. Okay, how about I take off 10,000? 30,000 and it's yours. You mean it? That perks me right back up. Guess I'm easy to please. Get your mind out of the gutter. So when she made it, you know. I still hit the space bar. Sure, you look like you might need to buy some new clothes too. He points to my sweater. Oh, it's ripped. There's a tiny tear in the left shoulder. So, what do you want to do about the cat? The sales clerk adds. Want me to dispose of it for you? He gestures at my costume with his jaw. Oh, right. What should I do? I feel a little guilty about asking him to go out of his way for me more than he already has. Maybe I should deal with it myself. He looks a bit disappointed when I tell him that. I buy the necklace for 30,000 yen and leave the knick-knack shop, hauling the costume with me. But as I walk along, I start regretting my decision. I can't find a good place to throw the cat outfit away. Finally, I spot a convenience store that looks like it will do just fine. One of the employees is out front, cleaning out the trash can. Several large garbage bags line the side of the road. Perfect! Maybe I can have him toss out the costume along with everything else. Excuse me. So I've got this old cat suit here? I figured it can't hurt to ask. Yeah, I know. The shop boy takes the costume for me. Taku Okuro, 22 years old, getting by on part-time employment. Recently, after a number of employees quit in rapid succession, the owner hurriedly took on several new hires, but for some reason, instead of everyone chipping in on the cleaning, Okuro always winds up stuck with doing it. You're here to throw this thing out. I got it. He sounds wholly unsurprised. He accepts it so blithely that I actually feel bad. It's been like this all morning, he says. I don't even care anymore. Just throw away what you need and be on your way, I guess. It's been like what all morning? I'm out here cleaning and people keep dumping trash on me. First there was this couple that up and threw a garbage bag at me. Achiendo and Hitami Osa. The two have just run into a girl called Kanan. After that, some homeless-looking guy came by took all his clothes off and left. Detective okay. Just now, some chubby girl tossed out some empty cardboard boxes and a bunch of empty bottles. That must have been Cheaty. She was probably drinking the burning hammer while she walked along. So when you came by just now with this thing, I knew right away. Yep, this again. I'm sorry. It's alright. 3 times, 4 times, what's the difference? He flashes a bright smile, but it's clearly insincere. Then he looks at me more closely. Huh. Aren't you the girlfriend of that dude who threw the bag of garbage at me? What? Nope, not me. Huh, guess I'm misremembering then. Well, anyway, thanks for your help with this. I give the guy a bow. Hey, Sega! few minutes later, near the station, I spot a sort of mall. Checking the directory by the entrance, I can see that it's got several clothing shops and an arcade inside. They probably sell shirts in here. I hurry on inside. The interior of the building is like a twisty maze of corridors, all of them overflowing and loud as hell with people. I take the escalator to the second floor and find myself amidst rows of arcade games. I was trying to get to the fashion area, but I must have gone the wrong way. Oh, hi, Toyama. Excuse me. You haven't seen a lost little girl, have you? I turn to see a miserable-looking middle-aged man peering at me anxiously. Oh, dear. Well, that's definitely a worry. Have you seen her? A little girl, about 10 years old. The girl around 10? Have I seen her? What's her name? Hana. Hana Toyama. Hana. Oh, that's a pretty name. So, she's about yay tall. The man launches into a rapid-fire explanation describing the girl's features, hair, and clothes. I got separated from her around Center Guy. She likes this place, so I thought maybe she'd come here. Center Guy? That's right, now I remember. This is the guy I bumped into earlier in the afternoon while I was racing around in the cat costume. He got separated from his daughter? Yikes. If she did come here, it's not going to be easy to find her in the midst of these crowds. Are you sure she didn't go back home? I asked. Well, there's this problem, he mutters. Going home isn't an option. Well, that's not really an explanation. Sorry to bother you. I'll look around a bit more. With that, Hana's father disappears into the crowd. I leave the arcade and head for the fashion area. I bump into Mr. Yana in the hallway lined with photo booths. Huh? Boss? What's he doing in a place like this? Oh, Tama, you're out of the suit! For some reason, he's got a bunch of magazines strewn across the floor. Yeah, finally managed to get it off. That's good. Wish you could have been at the sales demo without your face hidden away. What are you doing? You mentioned something about a creek earlier. Are you going on a trip? Yeah, I was. But then I remembered something important. I get motion sickness, something fierce. He sounds kind of proud of himself. So yeah, no trips for me. Heck, I don't even want to think about that around. What about the money you owe? I asked, curious. Well, as it happens, I think I may have found my solution. He brings a hand to his mouth and giggles. Right here! I found a great way to make a killing. To earn a lot of money, usually in a very short time, and or with little effort. Yeah. He opens the magazine he's holding to reveal a scratch card with a potential 100,000 yen prize. You just gotta scratch off one of these to win 100,000 yen. All I need is 30 of them, and my debt's squared away. Each magazine I can nab is more money for me. Despite his enthusiasm, his story doesn't quite add up. Are those scratch cards guaranteed to win? No, of course not. It's a lottery sort of thing. Well, then having 30 copies of the magazine is hardly a foolproof solution. Quite the opposite, in fact. But I hold my tongue. I like that look. She's just like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay then. Now that my goddess of fortune Tama's here, let me hurry and scratch these suckers off. Yana begins fiercely scratching away at the first card with a coin. Aw, that one's a loser. And maybe the next one. Nope, that's a loser too. Damn it! So's this one. And this one. In a spectacular display, he scratches off one losing card after another. Soon, he's down to just one last magazine. You're not a very lucky person, are you? Oh, please don't say that. Mr. Yana looks like he's on the verge of tears. I stare at one of the losing scratch cards. You know, if you could just see the symbols through the card, you'd win for sure, I say jokingly. I hold the card up to the light. When I do, I really can see the symbols through the card. Boss? I think I might have just... Shh! He interrupts me before I can share my shocking discovery. I look at him in surprise. Mr. Yana has gone all pale. Quiet, Tama! Those guys are here! He shoves me into a photo booth. Those guys? The debt collectors, he hisses. They just do not give up. He clutches the sides of his head. Peeking out of the booth, I spot a pair of men who look pretty rough around the edges. Is it those two? Shh, not too loud! The men are looking around, and they're getting closer and closer. What do I do? Oh, what do I do? Mr. Yana starts getting panicky. Tama, what do I do? I have no idea. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Mr. Yana went first. Getting involved with those thugs strikes is a bad idea. I pretend to not know Yana and run. Oh, that is. This guy gave me a job, so I kind of owe him. I look around for a better place to hide for the two of them. Unfortunately, I don't really see anywhere that might work. We might be safest staying right where we are. Just stay nice and still and we'll be fine, I whisper. Yeah, you're probably right. The curtain was drawn so people can't see inside, but just to keep up appearances, we started taking photos as if we're normal customers. I really hope they don't look in here, Miss Yana murmurs. What'll they do if they find us? They won't, just don't worry. Despite my reassurances, it was a while before he stopped trembling. He said, you know, Tama, they say that when a man and a woman meet under unusual circumstances, it's easy for them to fall in love. Uh-huh. Do they now? They do. Going through an extreme situation together makes you fall for each other. So, wanna go get married? No way. Yeah, I'm not having this conversation. Anyway, I think they're gone. The debt collectors, I mean. Miss Yana peeks out quickly and scans the surrounding area. They're gone? They're gone! So long, losers! His fear has given way to a burst of manic energy. Guess I'm in the clear now. Thanks, Tama. Come on, let's have some commemorative photos. Huh? To commemorate what, exactly? Come on, it'll be fun. Okay, big smile now. Ready? Cheese! Butter! Margarine! After that, I part ways with Mr. Yana and head to a different floor. I don't tell him about being able to see through the scratch cards. The guy really ought to develop a proper work ethic. Hey, come on, wait up! I'm on the escalator to the third floor when I hear someone shouting. I figured it's someone yelling to their kid, but when I turn to look, I see a young man and I don't recognize staring at me. Where are you going? It's not safe for us to get too separated. What? Who's this weirdo? Is this some new pickup chick or something? I rush up the escalator to get away from the guy. When I get to the restaurant section in the fourth floor, I'm hit with a sudden pain of hunger. Come to think of it, I haven't eaten a thing all day. I'm so hungry, I mutter to myself as I walk around. What should I eat? Hey, in the background, there's Sonic! There's a Sonic plushie in the background. Then I spot Chidi coming out of a Chinese restaurant. Hey, Chidi! She turns to look at me confused. Who are you? Oh, it's me. It's Tama. Oh, I thought I recognized that voice, she replies with a nod. Did you eat again? Well, yeah, but then they kicked me out. Isn't that just terrible? She looks pretty displeased. I came here because they said it was all you can eat, but then they closed shop because they ran out of food. Oh, wow, you're right. I saw one of the restaurant staff hanging a closed sign on the front door. Man, now my early afternoon snack is ruined. An afternoon snack? At an all-you-can-eat buffet. I can't help but stare at Chidi's midsection, amazed by what that stomach is capable of. By the way, have you seen the boss? She asks. I thought he'd finally accepted that he needs to buckle down at work, but he's got some new crazy scheme. Guess the guy's just never gonna learn. I figure nothing good's gonna come from associating with him. I'd be careful if I were you. Huh. Done with her little rant, Chidi says goodbye and heads off from on the restaurants. Hitomi? Who said that? Were they talking to me? I turned and see Tanaka! Everyone's gonna mistake her for Hitomi now! I turned to see a businessman of some sort staring in my direction. Like everyone I've run into today, I don't recognize him. For some reason, though, I feel relaxed in his presence. Is that you, Hitomi? Hitomi? Could that be my name? Or are you Maria? No, As I fumble for words, the man peers at me with obvious concern. What are you doing in a place like this? We need to get you back home. Your parents are worried sick. My parents? Did someone file a missing person report while I've been wandering around with amnesia? The man leads the way and I follow. We leave the Gigo building, but head down a narrow alleyway, then the man suddenly stops. I feel a jolt of anxiety as I notice something gleaming in his hand. It doesn't matter which of the two you are. You're both in the way. Tanaka's involved! He mutters almost as if talking to himself. Oh! Right after that, everything goes dark. That's a bad end. Ultimately, this came to pass because she was avoiding that young man who mistook her for Hitomi. If he hadn't come shouting after her, she would... So we need to do Achi to... fix that, basically. You must be Hitomi. The girl called Kanan spoke fairly fluent Japanese. Hitomi nodded in response. Yes, that's me. And you're Kanan, right? How'd you know my name? Did Maria tell you? Yes. She told me about this amazing girl from overseas she made friends with. A thin smile crossed Kanan's lips at the word amazing. Then her look grew sad. Poor Maria. It's my fault that she was abducted. What? Achi and Hitomi gasped in unison. That's why I have to rescue her, Kanan ended. Hold on a second, Hitomi said. What do you mean it's your fault? Kanan replied by jerking her chin in the direction of the main road. Better head that way, she said softly. Someone's coming. But Hitomi didn't back down. Please tell me, why was my sister kidnapped? Several sets of footsteps echoed down the alley. They could see figures approaching now. By the looks of them, accomplices of the man Kanan had taken down earlier. You two get out of here, she warned. I'll handle this. She stepped out in front of Achi and Hitomi, moving with such confidence that they didn't doubt she could handle the threat. Come to the Gigo building at 3 o'clock, she added quietly, never taking her eyes off the advancing syndicate members. Huh? Hitomi squeaked. I'll explain everything then. The criminals broke into a run. Come on, Hitomi, let's go, Achi hissed. He took her by the hand and bolted from the alleyway. The two didn't slow their pace until they'd put plenty of distance between themselves and the alleyway. Kanan said this was her fault. What could she have meant by that? hard run hadn't made Hitomi forget the other girl's startling suggestion. Well, she said she'll meet up with us again later, Achi said. We can ask her more about it then. In the meantime, an ache in his belly had made Achi realize he'd been running all day and hadn't eaten since this morning. People on a diet need to be careful about skipping meals. Going too long without proper nourishment can cause the body to store up its energy reserves, leading to weight gain instead of loss. Proper eating habits and proper exercise are key. Maybe it's not the best timing, but do you want to get some food? I'll be okay. Hitomi's face was racked with emotion. It's only natural, Achi thought. Not only was she afraid for her sister's life, but there were all these people out to kill her, too. And with this Kanan girl suddenly showing up, the situation was even more confusing than ever. Still, they might as well address the few problems they could control. There was a fast food joint nearby. Let's go in there, Achi said. You might not be hungry, but you should still make sure you stay hydrated. Hitomi shook her head, but her face waned her wan face practically radiated exhaustion. What is that? Her wan face? Come on, we should rest up a little. But there's no rush. If we're going to meet up with Kanan later, it's probably best if we just don't wander aimlessly until then. Never know who we might run into. I guess you're right. The two went into the fast food restaurant together. Welcome, said the girl at the register with a bright smile. May I take your order? I'll have the spaghetti with meat sauce. How about you, Hitomi? Spaghetti with meat sauce? Spaghetti bolognese. They have spaghetti bolognese in Japan? If you want to sound more Italian, like Neapolitan spaghetti flavored with ketchup, it's a personal favorite of Japanese children. Frozen packages is cool. I'll just have an iced tea. Hey now, you should probably eat at least a little something. Okay, then I'll have a strawberry parfait. If we don't know what a strawberry parfait is. She sounded a little embarrassed to be ordering a dessert. So, yeah, said Achi. One spaghetti and meat sauce, and one strawberry parfait, please. Coming right up? The cashier promptly assembled their meal and set it out on a tray. We've got a special contest going on right now, she said. Please check it out if you're interested. The girl handed Achi a flyer. It read, Iron Stomach Eating Contest. Oh god, I'm getting Persona 5 flashbacks. I haven't beaten the game, but I think that's how you... Oh. Is that how you build up courage in Persona 5? It's been a long time. Eat 1,000 scoops of ice cream and win 10 million yen. Honestly, I could probably win one of those. What the heck? Ashi stared at the flyer as he took a seat in an open table. 1,000 scoops? That's impossible. Well, honestly, not for Chidi. Anyway, let's hurry up and eat. As Achi stuffed his face with spaghetti, he thought back to their encounter with Kanan. The girl had helped them out, sure, but could they really trust her completely? It might be dangerous to meet up with her again. Still, Hitomi needed to know more about what had happened to Maria. And Kanan obviously knew something about that. It looked like they need to take that risk. My sister really is amazing. Huh? Hitomi's quiet words drew Achi from his ruminations. He paused with a fork full of spaghetti halfway into his mouth. My sister met Kanan while she was on a trip to the Middle East with my father. Hitomi nibbled at her parfait, looking lonesome. Cool, but how does that in particular make your sister amazing? Typical of her. It's typical of her, is all. She's so dynamic and gung-ho about things. Hitomi explained, her gaze turned inward. It was just my father and my sister who took the trip to the Middle East. I didn't go with them. I guess my mental image of that part of the world is mostly that it's really dangerous. To me, going there seemed like a huge risk, but Maria didn't see it that way. Your sister sounds like a bit of a loose cannon. But if you can't bring yourself to take risks, to do things, Hitami continued, you can't meet new people and have new experiences. That's the part I always get hung up on. The risk. I'd never be able to make a friend like Kanan. Achi's mind wandered as he listened to Hitami talk. She and her sister might be twins, but each of them was still unique. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there, he said. He held up a hand to cut her off. Huh? Hitami's eyes went wide. Why are you comparing yourself to your sister? I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a twin, but can't you just be yourself? Professor Palmer said the same thing. Achi didn't recognize the name. Oh, sorry, Leighton Palmer. He's my university English professor. He's given me advice on a whole bunch of things. That sounded rather intimate. All sorts of worrying images shot through Achi's mind. So, how old is this teacher of yours? Huh? Around 40 or so, I guess. Great, Achi thought to himself. Another middle-aged guy. His mind filled with another sequence of slightly more upsetting images. Dude! Chill! Oh, hey, ain't that Hitami Osawa? Oh, wow, you're right, it totally is! A college-aged couple sitting behind them were talking in hushed, excited tones. Man, she really is a cutie, the young man observed. He made no attempt to hide the fact that he was looking Hitami over. Hey, hold on, Masa, said the girl. What gives? First-year student at Midoriyama Academy who works part-time as a delivery driver for Dogen Hut, a noodle shop in Dogenzaka. He's taken the day off work today in order to attempt a dry run of the Iron Stomach. Oh. Well, I mean, she is Miss Midoriyama, right? Miss Midoriyama? Achi turned to couple. Kept his ears tuned to the couple's conversation. You sure that's her? Yeah, it totally is. No, it isn't. Isn't that Maria Osawa? Huh? Oh, maybe. Either way, she's super cute. Hey now, Masa, what gives? Achi turned back to Hitami. Is that true? He asked, peering intently at her face. Well... yeah. She nodded with an awkward smile. Well, I mean, you are really cute and all. Achi said. Miss Midoriyama, well, I'll be. He nodded to himself as he took it all in. It was Professor Palmer who convinced me to enter that beauty contest, actually, Hitami said. Huh. Achi's smile twisted up a little. He said if I really wanted to change myself, I should try entering. Achi maintained his outward composure, but inside his heart was racing. Tanaka and Palmer, which of them held Hitami's true affections? Or was she possibly leading on two middle-aged men at the same time? The more he thought about it, the worse his delusions became. What actually happened, though, is my sister and I both won the prize. Hitami's words snapped him out of his funk. She sounded disappointed. Huh? They gave out a double prize. Turns out my sister had entered the competition too. She smiled a self-deprecating smile. Guess twins really do think alike, huh? Hey, double schmubble. You still won a prize, right? That's pretty impressive. Nah, they just picked me as an afterthought to my sister because twins sharing the prize made for a good headline. She looked away sadly. Did they say they picked you as an afterthought? They didn't have to. It was obvious that my sister really won. You can't know that. Maybe she was the afterthought. Come on, you need to believe in yourself. Hitami just turned her head. But I'm such a terrible person. Suddenly her eyes welled up with tears. I hate myself so much. I can never forgive myself for what I did. Hey, whoa! Achi watched her with trepidation. She looked like she might start bawling at any moment. What's the matter? The night my sister was kidnapped, I was supposed to go to a college party with her. But then all of a sudden she told me not to go. I kept asking her why not, but she just kept insisting I couldn't. Hitomi's face was bleak with regret. We both got mad and I wound up blowing up at her. Okay, I get it. I don't need to go to the party. Fine. I'd just be your little tag-along anyway. Just like that beauty contest. You couldn't just let me enter that by myself, could you? You always have to be the center of attention. Maria scowled. Fine. Party starts at 7 o'clock. Try not to forget, okay? I was kicking myself as soon as I told her off. My sister isn't the sort of person to tell me what to do or not do. She must have had a reason for not wanting me to go. I was planning on apologizing to her after the party. But then she was abducted, right? As she polished off the last of his spaghetti. He set down his fork and then wiped it with his mouth. Hitomi, I get why you're trying so hard to save your sister, he said. And maybe I'm not as tough as that Kanan girl, but I'll stick with you to the end, if you'll let me. He tried his best to convey an optimism he didn't really feel. And once we found her and she's safe and sound, you can tell her you're sorry about what you said. At long last, Hitomi cracked a smile. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. In the next episode, we'll continue with Achi. Till then, this is a Gamer Girl, signing off.